Welcome to MacroCode. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So we are going to proceed with our help desk management system. So as you can see, we have here the dashboard. So we have the total tickets, the assigned tickets, closed tickets, and the resolved tickets. Then you have some bar graphs here and the pie charts. Then you also have our details, that is the recent tickets. You can see we have the title, description, priority, status, created by, created on, the number of comments per the ticket, and also you can view all the comments and the details. Then you have also our tickets here. We have the recent tickets, and you can actually filter based on the statuses. So if you click filter, you're able to see. For example, if you want the resolved one, you can see you're able to see the tickets based on the statuses. And you can also filter by the person who created it and even the ticket categories and the priorities. Then you have the assigned tickets. So you've actually filtered based on the statuses. We have the resolved tickets, the closed tickets. We have the ticket comments. We have the audit trail, so you can see every activity that you are actually doing in the system. You are able to see them here. Then you also have the audit log, that is the error log. So for any errors that appear on the system, you can be able to see even before the users actually share the errors with you. So we also have the system users, so you can add a new user. So for example, you can see the gender, male. You can also assign roles to users. We have the system codes. This is how you group some of the system options. For example, the marital status, and you can actually filter based on the code. For example, here if we do marital status and you filter, it will actually give you the marital status. You have the system codes, so you can also filter, and this is what we did on our previous video. We have the system roles, so you can see you have the roles and you can actually assign rights to roles. So you can see these are some of the rights, and you can select, for example, administrator. You can see some of the things they have, and you can actually give them all the rights or even remove some of the rights that you don't want to access. You can remove everything or you can add everything to them, and you just save. So that will assign them the rights. Then you have the departments. So these are departments within our application. You also have the system tasks. So these are all the actions and even modules, sub-modules that are there in the system. And this is what we are using to control the rights. Then you have the user profiles. These are all the rights. For example, the client role, you're able to see you have the dashboard view. They can be able to see or even delete some of the actions here. These are actually the rights that has been assigned to this particular role. Then you have the system settings. Here you can see the password expiry timelines and also the ticket resolution timelines. Then you have the countries. You can add new countries within the system, and you can also view the respective cities within those countries. So today I want us to clean some of the items that we have in our project. For example, the edit and delete. So if we can start down here, for example, the cities. So on the cities, you can click details. You can see how the form looks like. So I want us to arrange these particular details so that we actually have our application looking a bit better. So let's just go to our code under cities. So if you're new to this channel and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. We notice 90% of you guys are watching our videos and you've not subscribed. So as you can see here, this is how our form looks like. So this is the city. So I want us to have this in our index styles that you have been using. So you can see we have the create. So let me just look for the index page. I want us to have that in a card. So this is what I want. So if you go to details, so I want us to have these in a card view. Then you can say this is the cities. So you can say city details. So let's remove this, and you can call this city details. Then here we can do div row. Then this one where we have the dt, we can actually replace this with so we can do. So I want us to arrange this in a table. So let's just, I think we had done something like that in audit trails. So if we click audit trails, or even I think it was on the tickets. So let's just see how so if we just click details, you see this is how it looks like. So I want us to arrange this in this particular manner. So let's just borrow some of these items on the ticket details. So if you go to tickets details here, you can see this is how it looks. So we have the table, then table row, then we actually, so we can borrow this. So let's just borrow this. Then if we go to, where were we? Under cities details, then we can add, so we can add this here. So let me just do this. I can do that. Then this will be table. So let's just confirm it. It will be table row, then table header, table data. So that is how we are going to arrange it. So I want us to now, where we have TD, I want us to replace this with table row. So if we replace, so where we have table row, we have, then where we have, so this one should be table row. Then this one, we can actually replace TDD with, so this will be table data, replace it, that is it. Then now we'll be having, so let's just check. So you have table row, actually this should be table headers. So this one should be table header, then table data. Then this will be in a row. So we are actually closing our table row here, TR. Then, so we'll be having table row, table data. So this one, we now do table row. This is table header. This is table header. Then table data. Then we close our table row here. So this is, then we need to open it, table row. And we need to have these as table header. And this is table header. This is table data. And you can close our table row here. Then you have here our table row. We need to open it here, table row. And we need to close this. This is our table header. This is our table header. This is our table data. And we need to close it here. That is it. You also need to open. So we'll have our table row here. And we need to close this. This will be our table header. And this is table data. Then we need to close them here. So then this will be our table. We need to open our table row here. Then we have our table header. This is our table header, table data, and we close it here, table row. Then we have our table header, table row. This will be table row. Then we need to close this here. We call this table header. And this is our table header, table data. Then we close it here, table row. Then down here, we now have to close our table. So this will be our table. So if we format this, so this is how it looks. We have now our table header, table. So this is how the form looks now. Then we need to close, we need another div here. Then we format our app. So I want us to see how this looks like. So let's just relaunch our app and see. So I want us now to modify all our edits, view details to look actually better so that we have everything okay. So we are actually in the process of closing this particular project and ensuring that we wrap everything before finalizing this project. So if we go to cities now and click details, you see how it looks. We now have the postal code. It is actually arranged this way. So this is a bit better. Also the buttons, we can actually arrange the buttons. So let's borrow what we had done on the create buttons. So I have these two buttons here. So if we go to details, we are actually having, so I'll just paste this here. So we can have these in a row. Then we have two buttons. So we have the edit. So I want to replace it here. So sorry. So we have them here. So these buttons, we can have the class, this one. For edit, we can have it as, so this one, we can have this. For the backlist, we can have it that way. I think, sorry. You can have it that way. Then even you can have an icon. You see this icon here of mine. I'll paste it here. Then I'll remove this. So you can see, then this one, I can have a class btn, then I can say primary. Then my edit button, I need to can have an icon for saving. Then I'll just add it here. Then we can call this actually update. Can call it update city. So this is we can call this update city, and this is now we can actually float it. So we'll say float, then we say it end. So this one will now arrange our buttons and to look a bit better. So let's just update and see how it looks like. So this is how our app looks like. So you can see we have update city and we have the backlist, but backlist we need to have it as a button. So this should be class, sorry for that. So if we update it, then we'll be having these. You can see how it looks now. We have a backlist. If you click it, then it takes you back to the list, and you have the update city. So if we click update city, it takes us to the update, to the edit page. So details page looks now a bit better. And also we can change the colors to ensure that we only have, so I think we can have it this way. This way looks better, so we can leave it that way. So the next thing is to check on our edit screen. So you can see edit is a bit okay, so we just need to update some details. So let's just go there, edit. So you can say this is remove this, and you can say this is update city. And we have these buttons, backlist, and we need to have it in a row. So you can borrow it from the create page. So I'm going to just borrow this, go back here, and I'm going to paste it here. Then I'll just have this here. And if I format it, so you can see I have my backlist, and I can call this now update city. So if we do that, then my screen will be okay. So if I update, let's just confirm. My auto reload is not okay, so let me just rebuild and apply. So let's just do that. So if you're new to this channel and you're watching our videos and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. We notice 90% of you guys are actually watching our videos and you have not subscribed. So if we just go to edit, so you can see now we have the back to list and you have the update city. So you can actually change these and say Somali, but you can see here, I want us to change something. You can see we don't have a search area, and also so if we just go back to cities here, so I'll just introduce our select to. So I'll just say select, so a single select, and if we do that, then it will introduce a search area. So let's just check. So you can see I'm now able to search. So I'll say Somali, so I can search, and you can update it. So if we update, then our city is updated. Then delete. So this is how it looks like. So for the delete, I also want us to add it on our card view. So this is how the card looks like. So let's just go to delete, and we can have this this way. So you can say delete city, and you can remove this, and you can see this is how it looks like. So for the table row, so these ones I want us to change. So you can say this is DL. You can replace it with table. So that way. Then for the table data, so DT here, you can replace it with table header. And for the DD, we can replace it with table data. So that is it. And as you can see, this is how our app looks like. So let me just do that. Then here, we can actually copy this table here. So you can have this as a table row. So I'll just have this here. So I'll be having table row. So then I close it here. table row. Can also have here table row. Then I need to close it somewhere here. Table row. I also have table row. I need to copy that somewhere here. So let's just check how this looks like. So we have this here. So let me just do this. Then I have my table. We need to introduce our table row here. Then this is table data. Need to close it. We can introduce our table row here. Can also have our table row. We need to close it here. We need to introduce another one here. So this is let's just have table row. Then this is table data. We need to close it. Then we need to introduce another table row here, and we can close it here. So I think that is how it looks. So if we format it, then we'll be having our Eden. So this will be Eden. Yes. Then this is how it looks. So if we launch our app, we should now be able to see everything and be in a position to. So let's just go back here. Then if we go here to cities, then we go to edit. Then as you can see, we have this is okay. So then if we go to delete, you can see how our delete now looks like. So we have the postal code, and I think there's something we missed. So let's just go to, yes, so this one is not closed. This one is not closed. So we should actually close them. Then we need to close one of the div down here. So I'll just do that. So if we update, then we should be having our application. So you can see it's now okay. We have the postal code, name, and the details. Then the delete buttons. So you can actually now have here our class. So we'll say this is btn. We do btn warning. Then we can have a back button. So I think we have it here. So it depends on the kind of template that you are using. So this one I'm going to use my back. So this is how my button looks like. So if I just add it here, I'll be okay. Then we have this. So I'll remove this, my button here, and I can actually change this to button instead of input. Then I can close it, and I can say here delete city. Then I can also change this. I can say float and I can actually float this one. I can float start. So that is how it looks. So if we update, so let's just see how our app looks like now. So you can see this is delete city. Our delete, we have btn here. So if you type it wrongly, then you are having your issues with it. So this is how it looks now. So as you can see, this is our form. You're able to see, and you can click, and the city is deleted. So you can see delete section looks now a bit better than the previous one. So I think on the details we are okay, on the edit we are okay, and on the delete we are okay. So same case to cities, that is country details, we can do the same thing. So let's just go to countries now. Where is it? Details. So for the countries, we also need to borrow. So you can borrow from the cities, and we are going to add it here. So let's just go to countries details. So I'm going to add my div here. Then I can say country details. So where we have, so here I can actually say this is a table. So do we need, let's just check how it looks like. So actually we can have it, let's just have it in tables. So where is it? So I'm going to copy this back here, add it here. Then I can change all my table DT to table headers. So this will be my table headers. And I also need to change DD to my table data. And I can now be adding my rows. So I can be closing my table rows here. This is it. So I can copy as I paste so that we go fast. And I can close it here. So I can also go back here. So where is it? Yes, I need to start it here, close it here. I need to start it here and close it here. I need to start it here and I need to start it here. I can start it here and I need to close it here. Then this one will be my table. Then I need to close one of the div. So if I just do that, then our detail should be okay. So that is it. Then you can work with our, so we can actually be borrowing now from the other details. For example, the cities details, the buttons. So you see these buttons. I think now it will be easier. So if we paste them here, then we should be having everything okay. So if you update our app now, we should be able to see, you see, we have the country details, country code, and all these details. Then you can actually, if you click update, you can see we don't have the rights. So that means we need to have the rights for updating a city. So let's just see why we don't have that particular right. So if you go to countries and edit, where is it? We have a right called update under countries. Do we have that particular right? So if we go to system tasks and not even, let's just go to roles, then software developer under countries, do we have a right called update? It's actually called modify. So we need to update that here. So this is modify. So that is how you should check your rights. So that is mine. It's called modify here. Yes, and that is how we control permissions. So I think if you're new to this channel and you've not seen how we did that, so you can watch some of the previous videos. We actually control rights and permissions in our application. So if we go to countries now and try to do edit, you can see we are now able to edit. So I think we were dealing with details. So details is okay. So if we click update, you can see this is now how it looks. So let's just update our edit page for the countries. So here, can come back here and we say it is actually countries. So you can come here and we say update country. Then once you update country, then we need to change these particular buttons. So you can always take them from our cities page. So let's just borrow these buttons here, go back to our country, and we can update this here. Then you can now say update country. So that's the good thing now going forward. We'll be borrowing some of these details so that we go fast. So you can see, let's just see if that will be okay. We need to relaunch it. So guys, if you want this source code, you can always get the source code using the link down below, and we will be happy to share, and even with the database. So I'm going to share the code, and you can actually buy us coffee. You can claim the source code using the link below, and we'll be happy to share. So if you just click edit, you can see now we have the country and the name, and you can say update country. So if you say Ghana, updated Then if you update, then you're able to see that. So you see Ghana updated. So the details, that's okay. For the delete, so we need to change that. So if we go to delete, where is it? Delete button. So we need to change. So this one, we need to borrow this. I think we need to, let's just copy that. So, and we are on the countries. So we need to add this here. So I'll just add it here. Then, sorry, I think this is it. This is it. Should be here. So what we need to do now is we need to change this to table headers. Table headers, we replace it. We also need to change this to table datas. TD, we replace that. And we now close our table rows. So we're having this in a table row. Can also have table row here. We close it here. We have it here, and we need to close it here. So we also have it here. We close it here. And also, so on our next episode, guys, we'll be actually exporting some of our data to Excels and PDF. So if you want to see how that is done, so stay tuned, subscribe to our channel, and we'll be happy to share. So I'll just format that. And as you can see now, I'm going to close my table body here. So I'll just close this here. My div, close another one. So let me just format that. And as you can see now, we have this should be hidden. So hidden. Then this is delete. So let's just borrow what we had on our cities. So this is delete. So I'm going to copy this, and we have it. We can borrow it here. So you can see now back to list, and you can say delete country. So this is how it looks. So if we update it, then you should be having our button updated. You can see how our page now looks like. Are you sure you want to delete this? You have the card and all this. So if we click delete, then our details is deleted. So that is how you manage some of these details. So you see delete, you see edit. This is how our edit looks like. Delete, this is how it looks like. So we've done with the countries. Then cities, settings, you have the details. So you can actually also go to settings. So let's just go to settings. So where is it? System settings, details. So we're just borrowing what we have done. You don't need to invent anything. So we just copy this, go back here, and you are going to do that. Then you say settings details. Settings details. This is my table. Just replace this. This one will be our table, so I don't need that. So I need to replace that with table headers. Then you can do table. We need to change this to table data. Then that's cool. So the next thing is to just close our table rows. So is just do that. Table row, we open it, we close it here. We close it here. We close it here. We open, close, open, close, open, close. Then we have open and close. Then this is table. Then format this, and we need to close our div down here. So we close it here. Then we borrow some of the details from the other pages. This one, then we can just update here. Then you say now here, update settings. Then that's cool. So we need to update our app and everything is okay. You can see settings, details, password, code created by, and you can actually update. So if you click update, that is it. We don't have access to that. So we need to check our rights for the settings. So do we have it? We call it system settings. So we have it called modify. So if we go to our controller, under settings controller, for the edit action, it's called modify, not update. And this is also modify. So if you go back, so I'll just remove this. So if we go back, we need now to check how that works. So guys, this is how we need to update our app, and we are trying to close this particular project so that we start a new series. So if you like what we are doing, comment down below, and you can also buy us coffee if you feel we are actually doing something great. So you can see this is our settings update. You can see this is now how our page looks like. So let's just close this particular area, then we wrap it for today. So I'll just go to settings, under edit, then here I'll just say update settings, and you're going to remove this. We can borrow from some of the pages that we have here. So here I'll just close this, and we can have this here. So you can see we have back to list. You can say update settings. So after that, then we need to have these in a row. So this should be MD12, and we need to actually have, so let's just borrow what we've done here. So we need to have these in a row, then we can always close it. So we need to have that, and we can close this here. So you'll do div, and this is for that one. I'll close it here. I'll also close another one. I'll also close this here, and we can, I think that's it. Then you can also close our row here. You can close another div. Then if we do that, I'll remove this particular backlist, and I think our page should be fine. So if we just go back, we should be having this in 2 columns. So you need to relaunch it. So let's just launch it. So if you've not subscribed, like our video so that you help us reach more people. So that is it for today. We are going to leave it there for today. So on our next video, we are going to proceed and ensure that we complete some of the actions that we have been doing. So if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing, and see you in our next episode. Bye.